Hello everyone, welcome to CSE Core Concepts in my series of machine learning algorithms. In this video, I am going to discuss about the regression models, precisely speaking about linear regression and logistic regression. Now, before starting with regression, let me tell you briefly about what is regression actually. First of all, if you remember, it is a supervised learning problem. So if you go back to my earlier videos, we have discussed what do we mean by a supervised learning problem, where we are already given some classes and some training data is given, and based on that we have to predict for the test data. Now, the difference there was that in case of a classification problem, the data, the output of that was divided into some classes which are predefined. That was priori classification. So you already know some of the classes which are there, and whatever output will be there, it will belong to any one of the classes. But in case if you have a numeric output, let's say for example, if you have output such as you want to find out the insurance amount. So in that case, what will be your output? What will be your value? Some 1,000 rupees, 2,000 rupees, 50 paisa, that is you will have a numeric output. So in case where you have numeric outputs, you go for linear regression. You go for regression. So basically what is regression? It is a statistical method which is used in finance, investing and other disciplines where you determine the strength and character of a relationship between two variables. Among the two variables, one is called as the dependent variable and another is called as the independent variable. Now who are they? Let's say for example, if I want to predict the height of a person based on its age. Okay, so in that case, what we are going to do is that height of a person is given, and you have to predict the age. So age is dependent on the other way. If you are given the age and you have to predict the height of the person, right? So height will be dependent on the age parameter. So height is what? A dependent variable, and age is what? An independent variable. Let's say for example, I want to predict the price of my house based on the number of bedrooms I have. So the number of bedrooms is what? An independent variable, and price of the house is dependent on that attribute. So it is a dependent variable. So generally the dependent variable is denoted by y and the independent variables are denoted by x. Now you can have one independent variable or you can have multiple. Let's say for example, if your house price depends on the number of bedroom, so that is only one variable, so there is only one independent variable. But if your price of the house depends on multiple parameters like the number of bedrooms, the area of the house, so two parameters, so number of independent variables are two. So we are going to talk about linear regression here, which is the simplest function, and the output is generally a numeric output. So here we assume that the relationship between the input and the output variable y is linear. Okay, so let's say like predicting the weight of the person based on its height. Okay, so as the height increases, I assume that the weight also increases. Predicting the sales due to advertisement. So if I am placing more and more advertisements, so my sales will also increase. And if you have multiple variables, as I told you, that if you have multiple independent variables, then it is called as a multiple linear regression or linear regression with multiple variables. So let us consider a two-dimensional plane x and y axis where there are some data points, and these are the training points which are in space. And for every value of x, there exists some y. As I told you, that if I have 2 bedrooms, there will be some price of the house. If I have 3 bedrooms, I have some price of the house. So what I want to do is that I have to find a function for some unknown x and y can be known. So I have to fit a curve or a function such that whatever training data is given, it's fine. For every x, there is some y. But for some unknown x value which is given, I want to find out the y value. Now different types of functions are possible. If I want to fit all these data points, I can draw the blue line, you can see the straight line. I can draw the red line which is fitting. I can draw another green line, right? So the linear regression is which type? The blue line. Okay. So out of the different linear functions possible, which function should I go for? Three functions are possible here. I will go for the one which is optimizing my certain criteria, which is giving me some accurate results. So you consider these data points, some blue points are given, they are my training data. Green line is the actual function. So in the regression, the blue dots are given and you need to devise a function that will try to fit on all these points. So if you are trying to fit on some of the points, let us say for example, these are my training points. Let's say these blue points are my some training points given, and this is the function which I have tried to go. Now I want to find out how much my line is good or my function is accurate. See, let me give you one example. I want to predict the sales based on advertisement. So I can have multiple functions. Okay, multiple data points, okay, multiple functions. Just now I showed you here. Right. So you can have this red line one function, green line is another function trying to fit the points, and the blue line is also a function which is trying to fit the points. Now say for example, I have some function which is giving me answer 800. There is another function which is giving me answer 1100. That my sales will be 800, some function is giving my sales will be 1100. Now actually my sales had been 1000. So which function which is giving me more accurate results? The function which is computing 1100. How do I know that? I tried to find out the error between the actual and the predicted. So the actual is 1000 minus the predicted 800 is giving me error 200. And their actual is 1000 minus the predicted 1100 is giving me some error 100. So 100 is smaller than 200. That means I will go for that function. It is suiting well. So here how will you find out the error? Right, there you subtracted and you could find the error. This is one data point and a good fit will have this data point. So if you want to find out the distance between the actual fit and the predicted fit, so you have to compute the distance between 2 points. Now to find out the distance between 2 points, you can compute the squared distance, you can take the Euclidean distance, any type of formula you can take to find out the distance between these 2 points. And if you find the distance or the error is too high, that means that the curve is not fitting properly, you have to adjust. Let's say for example, how will you adjust? Which is giving us a good line. Let's say these blue are our all the data points. Okay. Now, given the blue points we want to learn, and this red line is suppose my regression function. Now, what is the type of the function which I am using? This red line is what? Parallel to the x-axis. Okay. So, if it is parallel, so it is a 0-degree polynomial, right? And if the fit is not good, you can see this only 3 points. How many total points are there? 10 points are there. Out of 10 points, only these 3 points are getting fitted on the red line. Rest of the points are outside, and that too, the distance between the points to the red line is quite high. Okay, that means it is not at all a very good data, and it will give you highest sum of square error. Now let us take a polynomial of 1 degree, that is of the line. The red line you can see now, this line is what? It is of type line y is equals to mx plus c. Okay, so this fit you can see it is slightly better because although not all blue points are on the red line, but the blue points are at a lesser distance. Okay, the distance is less. So the sum of square error will be less as compared to the previous one. If you are taking a 3-degree polynomial of type ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d, which is a cubic function. Okay, so here you can see the fit is better. Okay, the red line is covering almost all the blue points except few, but which are at a very few distance from the red line. And this is the 9th degree polynomial. Okay, where each and every point is getting fitted on the red line. So there is the sum of square error is minimum over here. Right. So this is just to give you an idea that how you can fit a function properly so that you can reduce the sum of square error. I hope it is clear to you. So let us go with some linear regression with single variables. So consider this two-dimensional plane x and y, and these are our data points, and I tried to fit this line as my linear regression line. Now what can be the example that you can linear regression with single variable means what? There is only one independent variable, like you want to predict the height from the edge, or you want to predict the price of the house from its area. So what is that function type? What is the line? This type of line is of degree polynomial 1. Okay, if you remember this, polynomial degree is 1. Y is equals to m into x, x to the power 1. So it is of degree 1. So this line is also of degree 1. So it is of this function is of type mx plus c. So this is c. This is m into x of polynomial 1. Okay. So this is a straight line, and of course there can be some random points, outlier points. They are your random error E. So let us take one example. Let's say here your x is an independent variable. That is the size of the house in terms of some 100 square feet, and y is the selling price of the house in terms of say lakhs or whatever. So if it is a 20 into 100 means 2000 square feet house, the selling price goes to 89.5 lakhs. So for every x value you have given some, your y value is getting determined. So these are the data points which you have plotted. So you could be given some random value. Let's say here you can be given 30. So based on these all values, you have to predict that what will be the price of the house if your size is 3000 square feet. Okay, so you have to fit a curve in such a way that it minimizes the distance between error between the actual and the training set. Now in case if you have multiple variables, you can just extend the equation as b0 plus beta 1 x1 beta 2 x2. So this x1, x2, xp are what? The number of independent variables, and e is the minor error which you can neglect. So let's say the price of the house depends on multiple parameters. Suppose the area, the number of bedrooms, and the age of the house. So how will you compute? Beta 1 into area, beta 2 into number of bedrooms, 3 into age of the house, and so on. So this is what it is, the coefficient factor. Okay, these are all the coefficients. Fine. So now for logistic regression, what is the difference between the linear regression and logistic regression is that in case of linear regression, the output was your numerical value, predicting sales, predicting insurance amount, and so on. But in case if in a regression model, your output is some categorical output, let's say yes or no, a spam mail or not, whether you have diabetes or not, then it comes under the logistic regression. Okay, so it is used for the categorical output. It is a type of sigmoid function with the formula is 1 by 1 plus e raised to the power minus x, where e is called as the Euler's constant and the value is 2.718. So if this is your linear regression and this is your logistic regression, this is the curve of the sigmoid function. Now what will happen here is that your input values are what? Suppose you want to predict whether a person has diabetes or not. So he has gone under some 4 or 5 types of tests. So each of these tests are what? Your independent attributes. So dependent attribute is what? The output whether he has diabetes or not. So since it is a logistic regression, the output will be what? Either 0 or the output will be 1. That yes, he has diabetes or no. But if you are computing in this equation, what will you get the answer type? You can get the answer as let's say 0.45. Okay, whatever answer will be there, it will be in the probability ranging between 0 and 1. Understood? So now you can get an answer, let's say 0.6789. Okay, now what do you mean by 0.6789? This is not a linear regression where you are expecting a numerical output. This is a logistic regression. Your output will be either 0 or 1. Generally, it goes for a binary classification. Right. So now what does 0.6789 means? So there what you have to do is that here we have to find out some threshold value. We have to decide some threshold value. So generally we take the threshold value as 0.5. So if you are getting any answer less than 0.5, then the class will become 0. And if you are getting the answer more than 0.5, the class will become 1. So actually the x values which you are giving as an input are what? Real values. Okay, they are continuous values and you have to map it to the interval 0 to 1 itself. No in between, 0.1, 0.2, nothing. Okay, either the output is 0 or the output is 1 and this will depend on the threshold value. So this cutoff value is the rarest of the rare case. You may get it on the threshold value, right? And we expect that the data points are free of the missing values. So I hope you understood this explanation about the difference between a linear regression and logistic regression, and in which cases we are going to use a classification problem and which cases we are going to use the regression problem, and which cases if you are using regression, when you will go for a linear regression with single variable, linear regression with multiple variable, or when you will go for a logistic regression. So in my upcoming videos, I aspire to demonstrate you these all types of regression in RStudio, and please like, share and subscribe to CSE Core Concepts to get such more informative videos. Thank you.